Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video. Today, as we jump right in, we're going to talk about going with the seasons of your life because, of course, 'tis the season. It is mid-December. It's going by very quickly. What is quickly? But nonetheless, it is mid-December. Of course, we are in the holiday season. And when I talk about the seasons of life, I'm not just talking about Christmas. I'm talking about more of being in alignment with the flow of your life, being in alignment with what you're currently supposed to be doing, who you're being, how you're supposed to be, the people you're with, etc. Seasons of our life, what does that mean? There are many different seasons in our lives, and they're all for an indeterminate period of time. So you may be in a season of abundance, and hopefully that season lasts forever, but you may need to learn some lessons about abundance and energy. So you go into a season of lack. Then you may be in a season of confusion where things don't seem to be working out, but it's only because you're being guided and given the opportunity to learn some lessons and redirect your life. And then as you redirect your life, you get in a season of clarity, and now you're clear and you come out of that confusion and you're clear on what you're supposed to do and how you want to do it, but maybe it's not quite time to start doing that. So then you enter a season of preparation. Or maybe you needed to learn some really important lessons, so you are in a season of lack, or a season, they call it the wilderness season, and I think Christianity and the Bible and whatnot, but season of wilderness, right? So there are all these different seasons of life. And right now, at least for me, and I think a lot of us, we are in a season of reflection, of a season of rest. If you think about us winding down the end of the year here, as we bring December and 2024 to an end, it's an opportunity, a season for me anyways, of reflection. It's a season of gratitude. Look what I have, what you have, what we've accomplished this year. Look what we've been through. Look how far we've come. Look at the lessons we've learned. So a season of reflection. And there's a purpose for this season. It is to just do that, to reiterate and reinforce and embody the lessons and the wisdom that we've learned from all the situations, both good and bad, that we've learned and been through this year. Each one of the experiences that we've been through this year has taught us a valuable lesson, hopefully, that we've learned. Because if not, like I always talk about, Earth is a school. You're just going to have to repeat those same lessons. And so if you were in a difficult circumstance or situation and you really didn't learn the lesson you needed to, the universe will take you back around for another ride. So if you don't want to go through that tough season again, it's up to you to use this time to reflect. Again, the season of reflection, the season of gratitude, to reflect and learn the lessons so that it turns into wisdom that you embody in the future, so that you can view similar situations that you will face, that you've learned those lessons from, in a different light, and use that wisdom to upgrade your life. And that's what this is all about. So it's an opportunity to understand a few things. The most important thing is that everything is happening for you, not against you. It's not to you. You're not a victim. Everything in your life is of your own creation. Now, how do I know that? Well, because it's your life. Who else is creating it? No one else is doing these things to you. Life is happening for you, and your higher self is guiding you towards these different experiences on the planet in your day-to-day life to teach you lessons. And again, if we don't learn those lessons, well, you have to continue to repeat lessons. And if you don't learn the lessons, often those same situations come up and they become more painful and more intense. So it's an opportunity to reflect and remember that, first, everything is happening for you, not to you, to learn the lessons from the situations that have been both good and bad, and to embody those lessons as wisdom that we can take forward to make our lives better. Along with the reflection, it's a season of planning. It's a season of preparation as we enter the new year. What would you like 2025 to be like? How would you like your life to be? What are some things that you would like to accomplish? What are some places that you would like to go? How would you like your life to look like when we fast forward 365 days from now, from today? So it's December 13th. How would you like your life to look like in a year, in December 13th of 2025? if it's going to look the same, that's okay if that's what you want it to be, but that's really not why we're here, is for things to be the same. We're here to grow, and growth can only come from change. So it's important for us, again, to reflect, learn the lessons, and then plan to prepare, to look at what we want our lives to be like, because as the book I mentioned that I'm reading the other day by Florence Scovel Shinn, Your Word is Your Wand. So I'll mention this book again that I just got done reading, 2 of her books, The Game of Life and How to Play It, Florence Scovel Shinn. So look that one up. You can get free copies online, or you can buy a copy, or audiobook it, whatever you prefer. The other one is The Magic Path to Intuition. And I'm actually going to reread that one. Kind of shot through it, but I can tell I need to read that 2 or 3 times. So anyways, The Magic Path to Intuition. Now, the third book I'm reading of hers is called Your Word is Your Wand, and it's the power of your word. And so if we look at planning for our lives, as you speak these things into existence, because indeed that's what manifestation is, and we do that by planning, visualizing, understanding, well, what is it I want to create in 2025? How do I want my life to be? What areas of my life would I like to improve? And how would that look specifically? So it's not just, the power is in the visceral emotions that you can attach to that which you would like to create. So we create these visceral, tangible, very real emotions and visualizations by looking at things specifically. So an example is, I want to make more money. Well, that's pretty vague. So, okay, cool. The universe is going to give you $1 increase in raise. Is that what you wanted? No, of course. You want more than that. But the universe gave you what you asked for. So you were just vague and be like, I want to make more money. Well, great. You make more money. You got what you asked for. So it's important for us as we plan to be very specific. I want a 25% increase in my overall salary, and I want to switch careers or switch jobs into a field that I want. So your ego might come up and go, oh, that's not possible. You got to do this. Our job is to silence that voice and only focus on what it is we want, and not on any of the limitations. Because if you focus on those limitations, well, you're just putting those walls up against yourself, and therefore you're going to experience those limitations so that your ego can prove yourself right and go, see, I told you it wasn't possible, but you're the one that really is blocking yourself. So get clear and specific on what you want. I want to make, okay, I make $75,000. I am going to increase my total gross income to where I'm going to have my first $100,000 net earning year. So I'm going to make $25,000 more than I made this year, and it's going to be easier than it's ever been. So it feels a little bit different when I say it like that, right? Your word is your wand. This is your power. Now, one thing as we talk about your word is your wand is making sure that you are following through. So you don't just say these things aimlessly. Your word can only come into existence and power if you are operating with integrity. What is integrity? Integrity is what you do when no one is looking, right? You've heard that. But it's so true, because here's the thing. Your word will gain or lose power based on your ability to be in integrity with your word. In other words, doing what you say, saying what you do. So if you say to yourself, this next year I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. None of my pants are going to fit. I'm going to be, my butt and my legs are going to look incredible. Oh my God, I'm going to feel so confident with a bikini on. Okay, great. That's awesome. But if you say that and then you're getting visualizations, downloads that, okay, it's time to eat like this. It's time to go to the gym. And you start telling yourself, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym, but you don't follow through. Well, your word is losing power because you're not following through. So it doesn't have to be that intense, but you've got to follow through in order for these manifestations to take root, for you to nurture the seeds that you're planting through planning and visualization. Your word is your wand. You've got to follow through. This is what gives you the ability to speak what you want into existence. You have to follow through, because if you don't follow through, although this is spiritual, this is energetic, it is about alignment. But since we are on planet Earth in the 3D reality, tangible, physical, my sweater, my watch, my hat, sitting in my car, these are tangible physical things. So the final step to manifestation is taking a physical action in order to manifest the physical thing. Now, if you're in alignment and you're taking physical action, this is when the synchronicities come into play. This is when you're in alignment and things begin to fall into place and they begin to be easy. But if you start saying these things and saying, I want to lose this, this 15 pounds and have the best bikini body I've ever had, you know, regardless of my age. Okay, great. Yes, that's true. You can't have that. But then you're not following through with your word because you're getting downloads. Your gut, your body, your guides are saying you got to go to the gym. You got to learn to lift weights. You got to go to Pilates or whatever your spirit team is guiding you to do, and you don't follow through. Pretty simple. It's just not going to happen, right? Because you're not taking that physical action to be in alignment with what you say and do the physical action to manifest on the physical plane that which you're speaking to existence. So this is how it works. This is what we do. It's very simple, but it's not easy to do necessarily, and it shouldn't be easy, because if it were easy, then it wouldn't be carving you, shaping you, forging you into that person. The difficulty, the challenges are there to embrace and overcome, because that is indeed the process of you manifesting, is becoming a different person. You are transforming into a different person. So the woman who has that body, who feels that good physically in her physical body, is a very different woman than you are now, or a man, right? Of course, I'm just using examples so you get this. So what season are you in? And are you in alignment is what this video is about. Now, just because we're at the end of the year, one important thing to talk about is your seasons are individual and unique to you. So although for me right now, it's very clear for me, my life is about, I'm in a season of rest. I'm in a season of reflection. I'm in a season of learning and gratitude, reflecting on the year and how far I've come this year. And I'm in a season of preparation and planning. You might be in a completely different season, because your life, your path, the way that you're manifesting is different than me. You might be in a season of action right now, and you might be heading a nonprofit business that's your dreams, and part of your dream was to, you know, have this huge toy drive, and you're like crazy with activity right now. You're in a season of action. You're in a season of creation, of fire, of like, yeah, let's do this. So again, this is important to be in alignment and clear and grounded within yourself, and reflect, what season am I in? What's the value in this? The analogy I'll use is, if you give two people and we're like, you got to chop down this tree, identical axes, and you got to chop down this tree. So what's the goal here, or what's the value of slowing down, understanding these things, reflecting, grounding ourselves, and understanding the season we're in? Again, the analogy is, you've got two people chopping down the same size tree with the same axe. Somebody jumps right in, they start chopping the tree. It takes them 6 hours. They're absolutely exhausted. So they're not aware. They're just going for it. They're just chopping, just springing right into action. You taking time to ground yourself is like being like the other person, which would be sitting there spending 20-30 minutes sharpening the axe, and then it only takes you 3 hours to chop down the tree as opposed to the 6. So that's where the value comes in. It's like us sharpening the axe right now. When you clarify what you want and you're in alignment, it requires less effort. It's more of a flow. These are when the synchronicities happen, the miracles happen, everything comes into your life easier. So this is the opportunity and the value of giving ourselves time to understand what season we're in. What lessons have I learned, do I need to learn? And what lessons am I applying, most importantly? And where am I going? Where is this taking me? Is this taking me to the life that I want? Is it improving my life in the ways that I wish to improve it? So take some time to get into alignment by understanding what season you're in. And it comes with reflection, silence, meditation, nature, solitude. Talk about these things all the time. These are tools. Spend time alone and meditate and write and get clear on everything. Jettison out everything that's bad, write it out, vent, do whatever you need to do, and go, okay, what's next? What do I need to learn from this stuff, and where am I going? Again, the value of this is the analogy I used about chopping down the tree. You sharpen the axe, you will speed forward and see much greater progress in a much more relaxed, easy way, because you're co-creating with the divine. You're co-creating with the universe in this way. You're not fighting, you're swimming upstream, you're relaxed. Things are coming into your life. You're meeting the right people by chance. The right opportunities are coming to you. Money's coming to you when you need it, etc. This is what happens when you get into alignment. We do that by reflecting, learning, and planning. That's what I got for you today, guys. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.